Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome back to the class of business studies. Today is our second lecture. Today we will discuss the business environment. In the first lecture, if you remember, we studied the different types of businesses, the forms of businesses, such as sole proprietorship, partnership, corporations, LLCs, limited liability corporations, companies, also trade, the types of trade, the domestic trade, the international trade, etc. Dear students, today we will discuss the environment of the business, the business environment for any business in every organization, in every corporation or entity. There are two types of environments. The first is external environment, the second is internal environment. In today's lecture, we only discuss the external environment. In lecture 3, we will discuss the internal environment, inshallah. In external factors, we have all these factors such as economic factors, the demographic factors, the cultural factors, and etc. The first, the economy of the country. What does external factors means? External factors are those factors which are not under the control of any organization. They are out of the boundaries of the organization. These factors brings positive or negative impact on the organization. Every factor in the organization has the positive or negative impact on the organization. It influences the organization. All these factors influence the organization's success and failure. Dear students, the factors are those factors which impact the organization, which bring influence on the organization. Either organization goes to the success, either it goes to the failure. Now, what are these factors? First, the economy of the country. Economy of the country is a factor which is out of the boundaries of the organization, which is not under the control of the organization. These factors also bring positive or negative impact on the organization. The economy of the country. For example, it's a common sense. If the economy is developed of a country, if the economy is developing of the country, then every business has a lot of opportunities to get extra benefits, to get more profit in that economy. If the economy of a country is underdeveloped, such as Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, etc., these are underdeveloping countries. These are underdeveloping economies. There are less opportunities for the organizations, for the businesses to get more profit. So economy of the country brings positive or negative impact on the organization. General employment or unemployment. If there is more employment in the country, it means that this more employment brings more purchasing power in the people of that country. They have more purchasing power, they have more money in their pockets, they can consume this money in the market, they can purchase everything in the market. So this employment generates more opportunities for the organizations, for the businesses. If a country has unemployment, it means that the people of that country have no purchasing power. They don't have enough money in their pockets. They cannot purchase everything in the market. So there are less opportunities for the organizations, for the businesses. As well as economic growth. If the economy is growing day by day, it means that every business has more opportunities in that economy. If the economy is not growing, then there are less opportunities, less benefits, less profit for the businesses. Exchange rate also have impact on the organizations, on the businesses. If exchange rate is stable exchange rate, it means that there is no undervaluing and overvaluing of the price of the exchange rate, of the price of money, then it will bring positive and negative impact on the organization. Inflation rate, you better know about the inflation. Inflation means persistent increase in the price level of commodities. Persistent increase in the price level of commodities also bring a positive and negative impact on the organization. If in a country there is a stable inflation rate, every day the prices of the commodities are going higher and higher, then it will bring negative impact on the organizations. If there is stable inflation rate, there is no inflation rate, there is zero inflation rate, it means there is no inflation, then it has more opportunities for the organizations. These are related to the economic factors, which are external factors for the organizations, which are uncontrollable. Any organization cannot control all these factors. Next, demographic factors. Demographic means the population of a country. Demographic means study of population. If there is a huge population in a country, this huge population brings more customer for the organizations. This more customer brings more profit to the organization. More profit brings the organization to invest in different projects. So this is a positive impact. Such as China and India, they have more and most population in the world. So they have more opportunities. Population brings customers. Customer brings profit. Profit brings the purchasing power for the organization. Organization have more profit. This more profit have more purchasing power for the organization. Organization can produce more extra products for the customers. Population tells the size of market and nature of customers. Look at our country, Afghanistan. There is a less population. This less population brings less opportunities for the businesses, for the organizations. So they are also external factors. They are also uncontrollable for the organization. The organizations cannot control these factors. Next, we have in demographic factors, total population. We must know about the total population of the country. Population distribution, how the population is distributed. Either in a country there are a lot of young teenagers, either there are a lot of babies, there are a lot of female, there are a lot of males. What is the death rate of the country? What is the birth rate of the country? These are all population distribution. Distribution is also basis on the gender. In India, female population is further divided into two categories: household women, working women. Household women are those women who works only for their family in their houses. Working women, those women who work for the whole nation, who work for the society of the country. For example, the job seekers and job workers of the country. Population growth rate. What is the growth rate of the population? The rate at which population of an area increases or decreases. This is called population rate. Population rate in Europe, there is 1.5. Population in America, there is 2. Population in Asia, there is 5. If we look to the Indonesia and Africa, there is 6 population rate. It means that in Africa, and there every couple has the population rate of increasement rate of the population is 6. Next, political and legal factors. Political factors means political situation of a country have also impact on the organization. on the business, and the political situation, the political system of the country is also an out of control factor which have positive and negative impact on the organization, but which influences the organization. Preferences and priorities of the government. What are the government's priorities regarding businesses? What are the preferences of the government regarding the businesses? How they establish businesses? Attitude of the government towards exports and imports. How they export their products to other countries. How they import raw material from other countries. Government taxation policy. What is the taxation policy of a government? So these are all political and legal factors. In political and legal factors, it means that laws related to the health, either government or legal system of a country have any law, any rules and regulations regarding the health of the organizations, regarding the health of the people of the organizations, people of the businesses. Do government have any import and export laws and regulations? If any country have restrict rules and regulations regarding imports and exports, it means that there are less opportunities for the organizations, for the businesses. They cannot make any foreign direct investment in that country. They cannot flow their capital from one country to another country because they have restrict rules and regulations. It means every country has quotas, bargainings, restrictions, barriers for the businesses. Laws related to the taxations. Some of the countries have more least taxation policy. They have least taxation. Every business can establish their businesses in that country. Why? Because they have least taxation policy. Laws related to the packing of the products. How that culture, how that country want to pack the products of the businesses. Laws related to child labor. Most of the countries have more restrict rules on the child labors, such as America, Europe, UK and US. They have restrict rules on and regulations, laws related to the child labor. But in Asia, in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, in India, in these countries, there are no rules and regulations regarding child labor. Every organization is taking advantages, is taking benefits from the children. Most of their labor is children. Most of the labor of the organizations are children. So these are all laws related to political and legal factors. Technological factors. Dear students, you better know about the technological factors. Technology is also a factor which have positive or negative impact on the organization. If you look to around your society, around the world, the advancement of technology is very fast, and this helps in the competition of the organizations in the market. If any business have advanced technology, it can compete in the market, it can get success in the market. Why? It has advanced technology. Then the businesses which have not advanced technologies. So business people have to pace with the technological advancements. Next, socio-cultural factors means religion. Followers of one religion have influence over the buying behavior of the society. It means that Muslims of a country cannot buy any wines from other countries. They will not allow any business to establish a wine factory in Afghanistan because Afghanis are Muslims. If you go to the other religions, they easily you can establish a business of wine. So this is a cultural differences, religion differences, religious differences influence the buying or purchasing behavior of the society. Natural factors, dear students, natural factors are the common sense, act of God. We cannot control the act of God. Natural factors are stress out of control of the organization. Business people will develop product considering natural resources. They consider the natural resources. Either there is a huge storage of water, is there huge storage of natural gas, oil wells. These are all natural resources. So the organizations, the businesses will concentrate on these. They will produce products on the base of all natural resources. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Today was the external factors of the organizations. We will discuss the internal factors which are in the control of the organizations. Organizations can control the internal factors. We will discuss internal factors in next lecture, in the lecture 3. For now, have a nice time, have a good time. Dear students, if you have any question regarding today's lecture, you can ask me through your WhatsApp group. You can simply text me by WhatsApp group. And dear students, please subscribe my YouTube channel for the latest videos. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Khuda Hafiz.